Hey, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Just having a little beverage. Nice July evening. Got to do a little reading this morning. Kyle Rowe had been looking at Stray Dogs, collecting the cinema covers. I had a chance to read the 5 issues, and I enjoyed it. Kind of started my day with that. I'd almost pick that book up because of Chrissy Zullo having done a cover for issue 1. For whatever reason, I didn't get it, but I recognized the name Tony Fleeks as the writer. I'd met him a couple of times at different shows, primarily because of his involvement with Action Lab. But yeah, it was a good little read. Cool way to start the day. Been chipping away at this a little bit. And yeah, we watched episode 5 of Loki last night, which we really enjoyed. So yeah, kind of enjoying a couple of different stories, some different authors. Picked up some books. These are from Cyberspace Comics from their eBay store. I have a real fondness for the Archie Adventure series, the TMNT Adventures in particular, but here's some Zen Intergalactic Ninja Archie. I believe this is the first series. There's 2 3-issue runs. I just always had a fondness for this blue character, Zen. I know Ed Piskor of the Comic Book Kayfabe ripped Zen and Steve Stern a new one in a video. Just didn't like this character, but I gotta say, Steve Stern was nothing but cool at the Comic-Con Revolution. There's issue 2. My brother, I think maybe Sapper's brother, and Airborne Sapper, we were kind of looking around for Tim Bradstreet, and in that area, Steve Stern just kind of started talking to us, and he was sort of trying to draw us to the booth he was attending, his issue 3. And I looked around at the merchandise, and yeah, I know Zen. And he was really approachable. Actually, he approached us, so I saw a pretty good interview with Steve Stern on Jerk Comic channel, Uncle Jerk. So I just kind of like the era this guy came out of, that particular time in indie books. Okay, here's the second little 3-parter right here. These are from around 1991. There's issue 2. Something about this 100% recyclable paper is just really glossy and kind of cool to me. I remember in the back corner of our 7-Eleven, past the Slurpee machine, they had a little rack that they'd keep like their Hot Rod, Lowrider magazines on, and they would have some Archie books. Issue 2. Issue 3. I'm gonna go straight from the bottle. All right. A little bit more. Still waiting on some stuff. Yeah. Thank God Tony Fleeks didn't use Action Lab for Stray Dogs, because they would have still been trying to process issue 2. Waiting on the Zombie Tramp stuff. The seller told me, hey, that's cool if you don't want to wait for the last issue that's kind of tying down this whole shipment. And that was 10 days ago. I pretty much told them I've cut my losses. They were like, well, just give us a substitute book you want. So I said, okay, I guess I'll take Red Room issue 2 and maybe Bunny Mask #1. And I've since gotten those books from other places because it's been so long. But I mean, at least they're kind of communicating with me. 10 days is a little while, but I get it. Alright, so got some Daredevil, just a really cool JR cover, issue 2, 68 from 1989. Just Al Williamson's inking on this. It's so controlled, but the way he let the ink flow, it's almost what some people would refer to as sloppy inking. But there is a real method to it, as we learned from guys like Klaus Janson, that is very intentional that it looks that way. Here's the second printing of Daredevil 319. I never had this book. This is the second print. That's a Scott McDaniel cover. On the first print, the skyscraper is black and the sky is white. You can see a figure falling from whatever story it came out of. But yeah, that's from August of '93, at least the second print. I know Big Elbow has a fondness for Scott McDaniel stuff. I've never seen any of McDaniel's, I believe it's either Robin or Nightwing that Elbow talks about. Oh. As far as that era of Daredevil, I think my favorite artist might be Lee Weeks, but man, Scott McDaniel, pretty cool. Sequential Geek kind of got me on those Marvel Milestone editions, and while I don't have a knack for tracking them down in high grade, I did finally get this one tribute to the first appearance of Sabretooth, Iron Fist 14. It's a reprint from a 1977 book, but it's from this particular version of it is from November 1992. Claremont writing, Byrne illustrating, and I guess Dan Green going over him with that Noir India seal in the deal, creating that depth. So I've been on a real kick with these Marvel Comics Presents. I always get them. I can never resist a Sam Keith. Here's issue 108. I really haven't put these in order. I'm pretty sure I've got triplicates on some of these, while I have missing probably other ones. But Ghost Rider and the Werewolf. Also in this issue, Thanos. MCP 109. Yeah, Keith draws a pretty cool motorcycle. Our chopper. Fortunately, we haven't had any significant fires burning in this kind of balmy weather we've been going through. And the days are nice and long, so makes for some adequate natural light reading. Here's Marvel Comics Presents 110. This here is the last issue of this run of Elektra. So it's issue 19 from 98. We have Larry Hama writing, Mike Diodato Jr. penciling, and Scott Koblish on the inks. Now this is a really cool book. I've never had this, and I was really surprised that for Avengers 1/2 from 1999, that not only does Bruce Timm do the cover, but with Roger Stern writing, Bruce Timm does the entire interiors of the book, including the pinups, and he also colored. So, really cool. And the neatest thing is, he doesn't really do the Batman the Animated Series style on this. He does something a little different. So I was really, really glad to see that. It's amazing when you see a guy, like imagine picking up a book, a Black Cat, or a Scarlet Witch comic book with a nice J. Scott Campbell cover, and taking it home to realize that he did the art on the inside too. You know, Nirafino coloring, J. Scott Campbell art. From front page to back page, cover to cover. I mean, that would be sick, right? So, yeah, this was a real cool thing. I just need the Invincible Iron Man #1, where Bruce Timm recreates the cover and colors it. So, yeah, definitely got a couple things to look out for. Alright, Lobo's back. #2, all Bisley. Really cool. I only had the Lobo's back with the Sam Keith cover, I think, for issue 3. So I think I need to pick up issue 1. That's from 1992. Seems like Keith Giffen and Ellen Grant wrote the book, and yeah, the Biz illustrated it. Strange Tales 6, featuring Cloak and Dagger and Doctor Strange. Cool Kevin Nolan cover. Okay. And just real quick, I have some Simpsons comics. These are great though. A lot of these have flip covers, and I would just flip them to the cover I like, but I'll let you know what the front cover would be. Alright, so this one had a detached cover, but I'm okay with it. It's not a big deal, really. Seller put these books on the house. Good guy. This is the back cover to Simpsons Comics #1. You've seen the cover. It pays homage to FF Volume 1, #1. But yeah, I just kind of, I like this cover of it quite a bit. Flipped it over. And you're not going to believe this one. This one was a cover find, because I'd never seen the back of this. And I just saw a picture from the director of the Green Inferno last night. But, so, I wanted this cover, because I like the family cat Snowball. I forget which snowball this would be. I know there's been several. They all look like the same kitty, but on the back of this, Simpsons #8 from 95, you get this Edna, Queen of the Jungle comic. And it's not just a gag. I mean, sure, it's the back cover, but it's a flip book, so you pick up this book, flip it over, and you got this nice Edna Krabappel, Queen of the Congo. So, yeah, I have it facing. Man, just that trade dress, the fencing with the volcano and the jungle. Principal Skinner boiling. It's great, man. And I love the way the blue sky with the browns of the tree and the vines, the ivies. It's just, man, it's a great job, especially with that flaring up trade dress over the red sky. Or actually, those are the leaves, probably from the fire of the cauldron, creating a kind of a burnt umber effect on the leaves. But that was great. To flip over a cover I already wanted and see one that's even better. That was really cool. Alright, I think I got one more, or two more books. Alright. And keep it under 20 for sure. Alright, here's issue 19. Nothing real great to flip this one over. It is a flip book, but it's a non-Simpsons related story under the Bongo label. So, not really about that. And finally, this was a cover pickup. I got issue 8 for Snowball. This was strictly for this Santa's Little Helper cover. This was great. Alright, this is issue 45 from, God, probably like, yeah, it's got to be from the 2000s. But there's just something about Santa's Little Helper with that fuzzy lime green hat with the tan feather coming out of it with the purple wrap. Yeah, I had to get that, man. It's rare when you just look at a comic and you laugh out loud to yourself when you see it. But that one got me. Anyway, yeah, everyone have a good weekend. I got a couple more appointments this upcoming week. Just a lot of this and that. Staying positive though, staying home, cooking. Nothing crazy, you know. Still pretty much doing the same stuff. Just staying hydrated. That's where the money's been going. Just buying water mostly. Decent water to drink. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. I'd plug some channels, but I'm kind of brain dead today. Yeah. You guys know the stuff I like to watch anyway. Alright, I'm going to upload this and have a great weekend. Alright.